guys, Ashley here. I had a couple requests for a neck, upper body, shoulder class, so I wanted to focus this class on that. We will not be doing any vinyasas, any chaturangas, anything like that, but it's going to be more isolated work, which I think will be really good for us. I feel like lately in my life, all I want to do is just be still and stretch deeply. So I hope you enjoy. Like always, listen to your body, right? So if something doesn't feel good, just don't do it, change it, get out of it, right? Because you're never stuck. Something that I've been really loving lately, if you have, is like a rice neck situation. So I've been having my rice heating pad on my shoulders a lot lately because I live up here with my shoulders all the way up to my ears. And I like to take my favorite blanket and wrap this around, kind of like I'm in this like cocoon. So you can join me if you have one of these. If not, maybe grab your favorite blanket and just wrap it around you. Yeah, because why not, right? I mean, I feel like this feels just really good just to feel contained. So let's just close down the eyes and just really begin to find the breath just in this beginning part, right? So just begin to notice how the breath is arriving for you this morning or this afternoon or evening, whenever you are pressing play. All right, and just take a couple just big breaths, right? Deep breaths. And then I want you to notice just how did that feel? Did it feel good? Did it feel restricting? Right, and then I want you to notice your shoulders. And so I want you to notice if your shoulders are already up to your ears, and just guide them down softly, right? Just really allow them to melt down your back. Right, coming to that Ujjayi breath, that gentle constriction of the back of the throat. That oceanic breath. I like to call it that Darth Vader breathing. And really just allowing some space in the body, space in the spine. And as we move throughout this class, I want you guys to really focus on the shoulders down, right? So whatever we do, shoulders down and back. And think of tucking the chin slightly to lengthen the neck, the back of the neck. So being very aware of where the shoulders are in space, as well as what is the head and neck doing. And then we'll figure everything else out along the way. So together, let's take a cleansing big breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Let's do that 2 more times. Big breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. And 1 more time. Big breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Slowly beginning to flutter the eyes open. Beginning to gaze slightly ahead of you, so the neck is long, body is long. And let's just take some neck circles. So when I say neck circles, I mean we're going to begin to rotate the head in one direction. And we're going to move really, really slow. And then maybe it's a good time to close your eyes and really just begin to feel, sense into what is going on in the neck. Right, and every time you come to a sticky spot, maybe you pause and explore it. And you're really beginning to sense in, hone in. Right, and without judgment, just really being present with the neck. Let's take the opposite direction. Embracing all of the sounds, all of the tightness, right? This is your body. And if you didn't know this already, we only get one. And then when your right ear lands to your right shoulder, keep it there. And then I want you guys just to really let that head be heavy. Look down slightly at an angle, like you're looking at your right knee. And then maybe let that head release more. Right. And then begin to maybe shift a little forward. And then maybe a little back. Really begin to feel this side of the neck open up. Right. Soften through the hands, soften through the jaw. Really beginning to connect. Let's stay for a couple more breaths, just forward, back, feeling this side. And then slowly begin to tuck the chin into the chest. Pause for a moment. Really grow through the spine. So the shoulders are down, we're rooting down, we're reaching up through the base of the head. And then left ear, left shoulder. Right, and then softening the jaw, softening the tongue, the face, the eyes. Softening the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe you draw the chin down slightly so it's like you're gazing at your left knee. And then begin to rock a little back, a little forward. Noticing any shifts in the body already and just trying to be very present. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but I have a 2-year-old and he is with my mom right now. He's so funny. All right, let's stay for a couple more breaths. Really just becoming very intimate with the workings of your neck. And then when you're ready, slowly tuck the chin into the chest. And then you're going to lift the head up and you're going to begin to tilt the head back. So we're going to open up the throat. So this may feel slightly uncomfortable. It actually feels very uncomfortable to talk. But I want you to draw those shoulders down the back, really letting the head release and feeling this elongation of the neck. Let's stay for 2 more breaths. And then very slowly round through the head, right? Take it into a circle, right? Maybe the other side, maybe not a full circle, maybe like 3/4 of a circle. And then come back through center. Draw the head up. We're gonna take some side body stretches. So let's take your right hand down, left hand reaches all the way up. So typically with a side stretch, we look up, but I want you to look neutral or even down. Right, you can even take that top hand and wrap it around the head if that feels good in your body. To me, this is a little harder to do. So I'm gonna look down and I'm gonna reach to my top arm. I want you to draw your right elbow into the center line, plant through that right hand, and really reach through your top arm. Right, together, big breath in, big breath out. Left hand to right knee, right hand comes behind you. All right, so right here, right, become very aware of your shoulders, draw them down and back. And as you twist, hug the core in, and really, so I come onto the fingertips of my right hand, and really stack shoulders over hips. You can even elongate your left arm, palm face up. Let's stay for 3 breaths. Every inhale, you reach up through the crown of the head. Every exhale, maybe you twist a little deeper. All right, 2 more times. Breathe in. And then breathe out. 1 more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Slowly come back through center. Let's take second side, left hand down, right hand reaches. Right? So what I like to do is I like to really press into this bottom hand, draw this elbow in so it's not like out here, right? So it's in. And then I like to press the ground away as I reach in the opposite direction so it feels like my side body is like getting pushed this way, right? So look down or gaze straight ahead, right? Really notice how it feels to stretch your body. Okay, let's stay for a couple more breaths. And then slowly let's come up to our seated twist. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Right, draw those shoulders down and back, create space for the neck and the head. All right, so 3 breaths. Every inhale lifts you up. Every exhale twists you a little deeper. All right, so close down the eyes, listen to your breath. Slow and steady, come back through center. Let's take some body circles, right? So we're gonna just shift the body forward, side and back. I like absolutely love doing this. It's such a funny thing to do. I don't know, I feel like a lot of yoga is pretty funny to me. And in a great way, right? We love yoga. I love yoga. But it's fun to be playful with what you're doing. So really get into it, right? Close the eyes, lean forward, bend the elbows. Right, listen to your ground squeak if you can hear mine. Really old house. And then come back through center, switch it up, take the other side. Really getting the shoulders into it. Notice about lengthening the neck, right? So we're still lengthening. Let's stay for one more circle. And then we're gonna come back through center. You're gonna stack shoulders over hips. Let's take some seated cat-cow. So we're gonna draw that heart forward, shoulders back, maybe look up slightly, be careful of the neck. And then on your exhale, tuck chin into chest and round, right? Really arching through that back. Inhale, shoulders back and down, look up, maybe heart forward, and then just kind of go back and forth. All right, closing down the eyes and really feeling these shapes forward, back. Let's stay for a couple more rounds. If you want to do something different, feel free. And then we're going to come back to a neutral spine. So we're going to take our arms out to the sides of the room. We're going to find eagle arms. So right arm underneath left. So you're going to sweep them over, elbows cross, and then you're going to reach for the wrists or the hands. If this is not doable today, you can take your hands on your shoulders. Same thing. Right? But for these purposes, I want you to draw the elbows down towards the chest, and I want you to tuck the chin in slightly. So just let the head kind of come down. Right, really beginning to feel the neck, shoulders. Right, and if this feels like enough, then stay here. If you would like more stretch in your shoulders, begin to draw the elbows up to shoulder height, right? Drawing shoulders down and away from the ears. And if the low back is kind of talking to you, hug the core in softly. All right, just take some breaths, deep breaths. And if you need even more, begin to isometrically try to pull the arms apart. So the arms stay the same, but I'm going to actively energize these arms like I'm pulling them apart. So that's going to pull the shoulder blades. That's going to really, I feel it a lot in my neck and my upper body. So continue just to breathe, soften the tongue and the jaw. Notice where your head is in space. All right, let this be about the shoulders, the upper back. Let's stay for another big breath in. Big breath out. Slowly release the arms. Whew. Pull out those wrists. Yeah. It's amazing, right? When you really begin to focus and isolate on parts of the body, it's like you've never felt it before. Or it's just so intense in a good way, right? We lean into the good. Okay, second side. So arms come to the sides of the room. right? Left arm underneath right. And once again, you're gonna find your eagle arms. Right, once again, draw the elbows into the chest. Maybe let the chin kind of come in slightly. And I guarantee you one side will probably feel really different for you than the other. Like when I have my left arm under my right, I feel this so much more in my neck already. And then when you're ready, maybe slowly draw the elbows up towards, or elbows up to shoulder height. And notice, right, my shoulders are coming up. Draw them down, but keep the elbows lifted. Right, let your neck have space. And then notice where your gaze is. Is your gaze a little higher? Can you draw it back to neutral? All right, a couple breaths. And then if you need more, begin to isometrically try to pull the arms apart. Right, so as I do this, it's like I'm trying to draw my right forearm to the right and my left forearm to the left. And then at the same time, it's really beginning to activate my shoulders, my upper back, my neck. Let's stay for 2 breaths, 2 big breaths. Give it to me, please. That was a weird thing to say. And then when you're ready, slowly release. Oh, yeah. All right, move those arms, move the wrists. Make any sounds that you need to make, like that's a lot. Okay, so from here, let's take the hands behind us. Right, so fingertips pointing back. And I want you guys to really root down, lift through the chest, actively draw the shoulder blades back, and then really begin to maybe let the head slightly draw back, not a lot. Really pull the chest forward. Let's stay for 1 big breath in, 1 big breath out. Tuck chin into chest, come forward. Let's find our Sphinx. So we're gonna come all the way down to our belly, and we're gonna come onto our forearms. So to measure your forearms, you can take your hands, reach for your elbows, and they just need to be directly underneath your shoulders, so shoulder width distance. Now, typically, we would engage the legs, we would hug the core in, we would really press and lift. But for this purpose, I want you guys to soften the legs if it feels good in your body. And then I want you to really draw the shoulders down, back, and I want you to lift through that chest. So there is going to be a slight compression in the low back, and if you're like slight, it's a lot, I want you to come down a little bit more. Right? You can even just stack the head on top of the palms if that's enough. Right? But the more we draw the shoulders down the back, and we pull the chest forward, and then keeping all of this engagement. So my shoulder blades are drawing together actively, and my shoulders back, right? And then from here, keep that activation and just let your head release. All right, let's stay for 4 breaths. Reminding yourself that this is just a practice. It is not about perfection. And it is not about a final destination. This is a very slight stretch you should be feeling in your shoulders and your upper back. Together, let's take a full breath in, full breath out. Slowly come all the way down, crocodile. Stack one hand on top of the other, let the forehead rest. And really just let the whole upper body release. Right? Really let everything just melt into the mat. Together, let's take a big breath in, big breath out. And then when you're ready, we're going to find a shoulder stretch. So you're going to extend your arms like a T. So directly from your shoulder, right? So it's not, you can do it slightly down, but it's definitely not up here. It's directly from the shoulder, right? So both arms reach out. And we're going to roll over our left arm first. So you're going to come onto the right fingertips, Take the right leg and you're going to kick it up and over, releasing the head. And you're going to roll over that left arm. So you can come onto the right toes, you can drop that heel down, you can even extend that leg a little bit if that feels good. If you want more, you can take the right hand, reach it up, back of the palm to the low back. Okay. And I want you guys to tuck the chin in slightly, just so that you have space in the neck. Really beginning to soften all of your edges. Let's stay for 4 breaths. And with every inhalation, feel the body expand. And with every exhalation, feel your sense of your whole self just release more. Letting go of any tension, any stress. Together, let's take a big breath into the nose. Big breath out through the nose. To come out of this, take your right hand, reach it up if it is behind you. Come onto those fingertips. Slowly kick your right leg back. Very slowly roll back through center, arms alongside the body. Look to your left. Palms of the feet down, close the eyes, just notice. And then when you're ready, let's find our second side. So arms reach out to the sides of the room. All right, left fingertips come onto the ground. Kick that left foot up and then over. Letting that head release. Walking the shoulder down the back. And take your left hand, reach it up and maybe behind you. All right, and then I want you guys to notice if it feels good to maybe tuck your chin in slightly. If you do the hand behind the back, I really like to try to take that hand and put it behind my back so my back is holding my arm in place. And then just notice how this feels. Right? It might be really intense, and if it is and you're in pain, you need to come out. Right? If this feels really good and you want to stay longer than what I'm instructing, then feel free to hit pause. And if you're like, how do I hit pause in this position? That's a great question. I don't know. I'll just soften the jaw, soften the face. And how I do that is just by smiling. Let's stay for 4 more breaths. Together, big breath into the nose. Exhale, let it go. Very slowly come back. So left hand comes right next to you. Roll onto the belly very slowly, arms alongside the body, look right. And just relax. Let the low back decompress. If you want, it feels good in your body, you can draw the heels up. And then you can knock the feet side to side. Kind of getting into those hips, feeling the quads. And then very slowly, let's press back into a child's pose. Right, knees out wide, big toes to touch. And you're just going to reach those arms forward. Right, really trying to melt everything down. All right, really allowing space in the body. And maybe coming onto the fingertips, lifting the elbows and the armpits up. That way you can really get a little bit more into those shoulders. Let's stay for 1 more breath in. Coming into your downward facing dog. Really allowing those shoulders to come away from the ears. And maybe pedaling out your dog. Maybe this is your first down dog of the day. Really getting into the legs. Really activate through those arms. Maybe shake your head a little side to side, yes and no. And then coming into stillness, right? Imagine that you have a donut that is right around your neck. So this donut is not like a pillow when you're on the airplane or like a floaty device, like an actual donut that you would eat, right? And think about your donut. What would that look like? Right, I really like maple bars, but I'm thinking like a maple bar is like a circular donut. But anyways, so imagine that you have this donut around your neck, and you cannot let the base of the head, the shoulders, or the biceps touch this donut. So really actively drawing the shoulders away from the ears, growing through the crown of the head, and then slight engagement of really pressing the hands in and actively drawing the biceps away from each other. Yeah. Let's take a couple breaths. And together, big breath in, big breath out. Very slowly bend the knees. You're going to look forward. Walk the right leg forward into a low lunge, finding your Prasarita Padottanasana. This is slightly pigeon-toed. Let the hands rest on the ground wherever you are. Taking the weight slightly forward, letting the hands kind of catch you, shake the head maybe a little side to side, finding some free movement. And then what I want you to do is I want you to interlace the hands at the base of the neck. So interlace, take your thumbs, and allow them to guide along the neckline. So your hands interlace at the base of the neck, and then my thumbs are almost to my shoulders now, along my neck. Draw the elbows slightly in, and really let your head be cradled. Really letting the crown of the head release. Taking full deep breaths. Now, if this stance is way too wide, you can always narrow your stance by heel toeing the feet in. But allowing yourself to take the weight forward and giving yourself permission to allow your head to release. Let's stay here for 4 breaths. Together, let's take a big breath in, big breath out. Very slowly releasing the hands down to the earth. Taking a halfway lift, creating space, right? So shoulders away from the ears, hug the core in, and then fold. Let's find our low lunge, top of the mat. Step the back leg forward and just find your seat. So, couple ways we can end our practice. If you have a bolster or blocks, or a pillow or a blanket or whatever you have that's comfortable to lay on, I want you guys to take and place things underneath your upper body. So if you have blocks, I take them on the lowest level, and I would put this block right where my shoulders are, so the back of my heart, and let this block have the rest on my head. So it looks a little like this, right? And you can extend the legs out, arms come out alongside the body, right? If you have a bolster, it can substitute for the blocks, and so it can come underneath. This is my meditation pillow, so I don't have a bolster. And just letting those arms alongside. And if you have that heating pad, you can place it maybe on your belly or somewhere that just feels really good. And you can take your blanket And then just like wrap it on you. Right, maybe cover your legs or struggle like I'm doing. Right, and letting the palms face up, shoulders away from the ears, closing down the eyes, and just feeling the sense of relief. Letting go of any controlled breathing and simply just coming into this moment. Noticing all of the work that we have done in this class. And remembering that in your day you can always come back to these postures, these stretches, this moment. And as humans, remembering that when stress arrives, when uncertainty arrives, if you're anything like me, you hold your shoulders up to your ears. So really allowing mindful awareness within your day to just draw your shoulders down, let your neck have space. Please feel free to stay here as long as you need. Really sealing your practice with your breath and this relaxation. My hands come together at heart space, Anjali Mudra, pressing palm into palm. I bow my forehead to my fingertips. The light within me sees and honors the light within you. I hope you have a great rest of your day or great rest of your night. Namaste.